I was struck by Qatar Air saying that they were going to try and buy a 10% stake in American Airlines, or American Airlines reported that. It feels like it's a geopolitical hedge because of all the issues and drama surrounding Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Why isn't that reflected in the market?
Because nobody really can figure out what the oil market impact is going to be of whatever the outcome of the spat within the GCC is going to be. And yeah, everybody in the Middle East is hedging one way or another. And a bigger Qatari hedge than this American Airlines hedge was a hedge of last year when they bought a significant chunk of Rosneft. And it's sort of like the Saudi hedge on dealing with Russia in the oil market when they were uncertain about where the U.S. is going to be. So I think that hedge is a more palpable impact of geopolitics in the market when you look at the Saudi-Russian relationship and the Qatari-Russian relationship and the Iranian-Russian relationship.
It might tell you something more about sentiment, the idea that I now look at geopolitical risk, and some people would say, rather counterintuitively, the geopolitical risk is now bearish because it would mean that the OPEC agreement fell apart if tension really did build up. Is there something in that, Ed?
I think there's something on the opposite way in that we just had the change in the Crown Prince in Saudi Arabia, and the current Crown Prince owns the deal with Russia. It's a very different matter from having people say this isn't working. He owns it, and he owns it through the first quarter of next year, and he owns it in a way that it may be extended and it may be deepened. So I think that's the other part of what's happening.
Interesting.
And the other part of the story is the promotion of Prince Mohammed bin Salman, right? Saying, where does the focus and the Saudi external aggression go next? If it's not Qatar, does it go to Iraq? I mean, is there a risk that those that have a relationship with Iran get even more in conflict with the Saudis?
There is that risk, and that's what people are saying. Yes, that might happen, but will it happen?
What country would give the most risk? I mean, obviously Qatar doesn't produce that much oil. So.
I actually think in the oil market, we've been looking in the wrong place. Yeah, tension has been rising in the Middle East, but I think we have to look south of the border. We have to look to Venezuela, where oil production is sliding at a rate of about 30,000 barrels a day per month, and where the risk of it going down by a lot more than that, maybe 1 million barrels a day, I think is the biggest disruption risk in the market right now.